Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and YouTubers. Needlebender785, Cleveland, Ohio here with just a quick video. It's a repair for a guy that goes on by BlueFalcon or 767 on sideband here in Northeast Ohio area. And we got this, shut this thing off here. We got this DaveMade, old school DaveMade that we just finished repairing. Thing was cosmetically, the amplifier was very clean. It was well taken care of by the owner. You can tell that by the insides. However, mechanically, electronically, it was not. Let's start with a few things. It started with a, let me get something non-conductive to point at this. So started with this pill here on the left was totally popped. 10 ohm smoke, 10 ohm resistor was gone. So wound up changing both of those. This one's good. This one's actually a just a little one pill driver with a little variable dial a watt kind of thing. So wound up doing this. The reason why it blew, it's one of the reasons that this thing was being a low drive amp. This thing was overdriven at some point in time, but also it caused this capacitor. This was one of these capacitors there. This was reading 123 picofarads. It should be reading exactly 1,000. So it was 10-fold out of spec. So we wound up replacing this with a silver dipped metal case mica. Replaced these two pills with HG 2879s. Power wire upgrade. This was a little 20 gauge wire wrapped around this. This was not doing what it's supposed to do. Now it's a 12 gauge wire going from the bus bar to the back of the transformer. It's Carl built style, old X-Force style of building. That's what I chose in this thing. We wound up also kind of something I found out later on. This thing had no bias whatsoever. So the guy had sideband delay, which is fine. You know, all it does is delays the relay from unkeying. But as far as sideband, it had no sideband biasing of any kind going to this going to the transistor. So wind up putting in this bias circuit that added this additional keying relay. So now there's two relays in here. This relay keys this relay, turns on the bias, supplies class A, B1 biasing to both stages. So the this stage was not even biased at all whatsoever. So we wound up rebiasing all that stuff, and everything is ready to go. See what else we did. That's pretty much it. So capacitor, two pills, additional relay, sandstone resistor, all the parts that go with it. All the wires have been upgraded that needed to be upgraded. But other than that, this box is in a good working order now. Since it's such a low drive box, we're going to be testing it with sideband because I got a variable radio here that I can really vary whatever I can throw into this thing. And maximum we're going to be putting in, and you can see, is 18 watts, and that's peak. 18 watts PEP. And what we're going to be showing you here is a 1,000 watts bird slug. Peak mode, peak kit is on. 1,000 watt scale, bottom scale at a 0. First of all, let's fire this thing up and show you what we got for voltage, resting voltage. Okay, we got 20.2 volts. I'm trying to get this thing to stick so I can get both hands to do this and not have to hold the, there we go. So we got 20 volts, resting voltage. It's a little bit high. I personally would not run my transistors like that, but when you don't have any, this is an old school amplifier, when you don't have any power regulation or anything like that, that's acceptable. I mean, it's not great, but it's acceptable. So we're just going to get right into this. Our dial of watts all the way up. Our amplifiers in operate. We're going to key this thing up and see what we got going on. Bottom scale at a 0. Oh. 500 watts. I'm going to turn this up just a bit more. We're going to do this with 20 watts now. And just see if we can peg that needle a little bit more. Let's take a look at the spectrum. It's kind of like runs like a Texas Star. It's not the cleanest thing in the world. It's not the dirtiest thing I've seen, but spectrally not super clean, but that's just the way this box is. And unless you want to rebuild the entire thing, audio. We're going to go back to 18 watts. Goes up to 500 watts. Audio. We're dropping to 15 volts in operation, which is actually where exactly where you want to be. So I'm not too overly concerned over the voltage. It's just that the resting voltage seemed a little on the high side, but when you operate, it's 500 watts. Okay. All right, Mr. 767, your amplifier is ready to go. We're going to throw the lid on this, unplug it, and you'll be able to pick it up this afternoon. Anyway, 73s, and we'll catch you later on. Needle Bender 785, Cleveland, Ohio. We're back on the side.